Hey, what's good, family? How we doing? So today with this post, I'm really just showing you my first teaching, and it's gonna be exciting. We're gonna be talking about Rayleigh scattering, right? So just hope you've been well. Sending abundance to you. All right, so look. I'm gonna go ahead and read this off. You can read it alone. Rayleigh scattering is a phenomenon that describes how light is scattered by small. Let me make sure y'all can see that too. There we go. Molecules in the atmosphere, specifically particles that are about 1/10 the size of the wavelength of the light. Scattering effect is primarily responsible for the blue color of the sky, as shorter wavelengths as light, such as blue and violet, are scattered more effectively than longer wavelengths like red. Despite violet's light being scattered even more, the human eye is more sensitive to blue light, which is why the sky appears blue rather than violet. When I look at this, I understand what it's saying, but this is just a fuck, my fault. This is just a perspective. And I mean, honestly, I see what it's saying. Let me read it one more time. The term Rayleigh scattering is named after British physicist Lord Rayleigh, who established a mathematical formula in the 19th century to describe the scattering process. Right, so I'm gonna skim through the rest of it. I'm not gonna read it all. You can go ahead and read that too, but I am reading it. So at the end right here, factors such as air pollution, humidity, and seasonal changes can also influence the color and intensity of sunsets, with particles in the atmosphere enhancing the scattering effect and altering the colors displayed. Overall, Rayleigh scattering plays a crucial role in our perception of sky color and the beauty of natural light phenomena. So air pollution, that's covering chemtrails, excuse me. Humidity, seasonal changes, and humidity. Weather is genetically modified. It's able to be genetically modified. And overall, they're just telling you, like here in California, there's sunsets that have all different types of colors that you wouldn't normally see. Very commonly. And that just goes to show what type of air you're breathing. I'm trying to move out here for real. But on to the next topic. We're going to be talking about Lord Rayleigh. First of all, if you're wanting to be called Lord, that already says a lot about you. That means, one, you see yourself being better than others, which there's nothing wrong with that to a point, because I feel like you should always want better for yourself, but thinking that you're better than someone just because you have this or that doesn't make that right. And I had another perspective on that too, but I lost that. Okay, but let's go into Lord Rayleigh. All right, let's go into. Oh yeah, this is just another website that I was looking at, and it talks about the same thing, and it goes kind of more into detail, but you can look that up too. So I was doing some research, and you can find this on the first page. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't exactly remember. Let me see, can I go on here? Yes. So all I did was look up sorry, I'm trying to make sure y'all can see. Lord Rayleigh Freemason, right? And I popped up the Freemasons Chronicle, which if you don't know what the Freemasons Chronicle is, shit, now his name is gone. My fault, y'all. That's right there. All right. So the Freemasons Chronicle, I looked it up. AI told me right here. I didn't have to do no research. But don't follow this verbatim from AI. Take it in and use discernment and find what aligns with you. All right, though. So the Freemasons Chronicle was a weekly journal that reported on Masonic intelligence. There you go. And it says in here to keep them informed while also, I'll keep reading it, my bad. I'm gonna start from the beginning. The Freemasons Chronicle was a weekly journal that reported on the Masonic intelligence. First published in London in 1875, it served as a periodical for Freemasons, aiming to keep them informed while also attempting to present the organization to the non-Masonic public in a more favorable light, free of technical details on focusing on its principles of charity and brotherhood. So what it says in here, while also attempting to present the organization to non-Masonic public in a more favorable light. So that goes to show you the brainwashing of occultism that was being pushed through that media at that time. Now we have celebrities, we have music artists, politicians, things like that. So let's go on to the next. Yeah, so in the Freemasons Chronicle, right here, it talks about how Lord Rayleigh, the person or the being pretending to be human, not even human. This probably isn't even a real person. It's just a title. But I was going off history, and that's my bad. But okay, so Lord Rayleigh, the person named after Rayleigh scattering, which we know what this talks about already. Why the sky is blue. Blue. Why is he in this Freemason Chronicle? Where is it at? Shit, my bad. Why is he in this? Lord Rayleigh has, I can't even read that, subscribed 1,000, I believe that's pounds. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. Towards establishing an engineering laboratory for the University of Cambridge, or Cambridge, however you say that. The University of Cambridge. So I looked into the University of Cambridge. Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Hold on. I'm gonna just look this up like that. Excuse me? Cambridge. Whatever, the same shit, right? So I looked into the history of Cambridge, right? And it was created through a group of scholars that left Oxford, apparently, supposedly, through his story. So the group of scholars congregate at the ancient Roman trading post of Cambridge for the purpose of study, the earliest record of the university. So then the next year, right, we're already meeting at a Roman trading post. You know, why is ancient Roman, why is that being brought up right here? There's a reason for that. So something years in their timeline that's being presented. Peterhouse, the first college at Cambridge, is founded by the Bishop of Ely or Eli, I don't know, how to say that. So it is what it is. And so that Bishop of Eli was this individual right here, this title right here, Hugh de Balsham, right? And about this figure, right? What is the Bishop of Ely? Pops up right here. The Bishop of Ely is the ordinary of the Church of England, hopefully I'm saying that right, of Eli, I'm gonna say Eli, in the province of Canterbury. So, what did they worship, right? Their consecration was Catholicism. Make sure I'm getting out of that. I believe I'm saying that right. And I wish I had the page. Do I got it? Yeah, right here. So it popped up right away. Their denomination is Catholic. So what that means, I looked it up right here. Denomination, a recognized autonomous branch of the Christian church. So who does the Christian church worship? Jesus Christ. I looked that up too. I ain't gonna lie. Did I delete it? Yeah, right here. Jesus Christ. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all see. Just so y'all know. And Jesus Christ is Satan and Lucifer. It's the same thing. This is a title. Harvesting your energy. So, what is this then? If, first of all, how it's explained, do I have a video? My bad. I don't have a video, but let's pull one. So this image right here, first of all, the earth is not round. It's not even called the earth. It's basically just a womb that's inverted, to create polarity and duality within what we're experiencing. And so this basically right here, the white light, right, would be this image right here, the dispersion of light, the white light going through the glass prism, boom, 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 right? The chocolate colors. And notice how they're still inverted? Crazy. I get it's a rainbow, but the rainbow's inverted, so shit wild. Not only talking about chakras, being in the third dimension and living within your root chakra, living in survival, compared to trusting that your life will flow into the future that you see for yourself and you constantly work towards, and you give back to yourself and others with love. And just being honest with yourself and just being kind, not moving with hatred. But this white light right here would be ignorance, would be what we see. This would basically be Satan. Because if we look at our so I got it right here. My bad, I didn't even explain it to you and I showed you, but this white light of ignorance would basically be our eyes, the light going into our eyes and Might as well say it because these are already made up words anyways. But creating this formation right here of light of what we think we see, because what we think we see is 0.0036%. And I'll pop that up. How much percentage do we see? Right there. Humans see about 0.0035% of the electromagnetic spectrum with their eyes. So this is a tiny fraction, like it's saying right here. This is a tiny amount. And to see that, you would not use the physical eyes. You would use the mind's eye. So that's why this is the sigil of Lucifer. If you know about the sigil of Lucifer, you already know what's behind it. Why is this representing the eyes? And why is it the sigil of Lucifer or Satan? Because what you see is an illusion. This would basically be our experience, right? And we have the senses. What else do I got right here? Yeah, I just looked that up. So then that goes to beg the question, what is this? Because wouldn't there just be other realities beyond this? I mean, we look at the universe every night. We look at ourselves every single night. We look at our thoughts. What's beyond that? It's infinity versions of the realities that we live within currently. That's how I see that. And of course, there's other realms beyond the ice walls, but that's a part of it too. This is crazy because I wrote, let me find it, but science is a measurement of consciousness that would never measure itself physically. My bad, I'm trying to get the lighting right. Not the lighting. You know what I'm talking about. The angle. Science is a measurement of consciousness that would never measure itself physically. What is physical when the physical is a human thought? Right, so we're trained to think that this is physical. We're trained to think we need to work a job. We're trained to think that we have names. We're trained to think of languages. We're trained to think in this certain format. And then I wrote as well, I didn't write it here, but I wrote it in a notebook when me and my girl were getting food. And I wrote, I forget exactly what I wrote verbatim, but I was talking about the same thought that I was just having right now within the realm that we can shapeshift our avatars. Because, well, I'll say the reason why we can't do that is because society's consciousness is trapped within a hive mindset, in a state of lower consciousness. But if we were all vibrating high, our realities would happen like that. Dude, like, it's crazy how much can get done if we're all working together. We could all be working our dream business. We could all be working for ourselves. Nobody would be hungry. But, you know, we live in this realm that's ran off of occultism. Because ultimately it's a test, and I chose to be here. So, That's why there is no outer space. The outer space is within your mind. There is no outer space. Every time you see a video of NASA going to outer space, it's in underwater. It's in underwater training tanks for Masonic theater. To keep you thinking like a reptile. To keep you slow. To keep you asleep. That's it, man. That's all I got. Say hopefully that was a good teaching. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm gonna switch the camera back around. But yeah, that was it. I appreciate you for watching. All in all, more to come. You know, that was a short teaching. I can really upgrade this quality, and just by being consistent on this work, this will really blossom into something beautiful. So I love y'all. Just have a great day, and just be at peace. Thank you.